To the many transgender students across the country listening on this Trans Day of Visibility, we in the Biden-Harris administration want you to know that we see you.
So the argument with books like this, you're meaning to indoctrinate young people into being gay.
Well, that's the argument, but if that was true, I would be a very hungry caterpillar.
And as you may know, I am a proud product of public education.
Now, we tried to warn everyone that the left was wrecking education. Thank you, Kamala. From woke educators who worry more about pronouns and performance to extended COVID shutdowns that rob kids of learning. Reading comprehension skills across the country are hitting all-time lows. According to the nation's report card, for 8th grade reading scores, not a single state had an increase. And 8 states even saw a decrease in reading comprehension, including Illinois. The news for 4th graders, that's no better. Test scores reveal only 31% are reading at grade level. And yeah, that's lower than before COVID. Now, this brain rot is a national emergency. We need to fix this. And that requires a return to basics and cut the fat and eliminate harmful influences in our schools. And with that goal in mind, President Trump issued an executive order defunding K-12 public schools that waste taxpayer money on CRT and radical gender ideology. And joining me now, Vivek Ramaswamy, former presidential candidate, founding member of DOJ. Vivek, great to see you. This is such a disturbing, but I guess not surprising report. What can be done to turn this tragedy around?
I mean, the fact of the matter is it's even worse than you might imagine. 75% of 8th graders, Laura, are not math proficient according to international standards. We're number 26 out of 38 developed countries. There are kids in other countries where English is not even their first language, outbeating our own students on English proficiency. And I just think, speaking as an American and as a parent myself, that's unacceptable. President Trump is leading the way. I think that's great at the federal level. Shut down that Department of Education and give the money back to the states. But then it's going to have to be the states that lead the way in improving education. Merit-based pay for teachers, something we don't do today. Universal school choice, so everybody is able to achieve the best education starting at an early age. And then, Laura, I think more deeply, lighting a fire under the feet of our educational culture, not teaching our kids to be victims, but to be victors, rewarding excellence instead of victimhood. I think that's a cultural change we need in our educational system, too. And if we don't fix it, China's going to be eating our lunch if they already aren't.
Yeah, you retweeted another tweet today that I caught, Vivek, on how China has adopted, obviously, the Soviet education approach, which is really based on competition, that competition is good for you. But in our schools, competition is seen as kind of, in some ways, dangerous because it hurts people's self-esteem, and they got rid of class ranking in a lot of schools, including some of the ones I'm very familiar with. And that's just lowering the bar for kids.
Sure. I don't think we need a Soviet-style system. I think we need a return to the true American system based on achievement and winning. Fewer participation trophies, more championship trophies in every area of life, from sports to the arts to music, but yes, also to math and science and reading. And I am worried. I think this is, in the long run, Laura, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this, this is a national security risk to the future of the United States. If we have an entire generation that's dependent on China, it's unacceptable. And yes, the woke left is responsible for a lot of this. You and I have been critics in that direction. But it goes beyond that, too, where we got to just light that fire under the feet of a generation and teach them that achievement is actually worth working for. Hard work is an American virtue. And that doesn't start in college. It doesn't even start in high school. No. It starts young. And so President Trump is leading the way with that culture, but it's going to take the states to really lift us up.
You bet. And your family has been an unbelievable example in that regard. Vivek, thank you so much.